We partnered with fellow robots to bring you Lobot. We spent close to 2 years honing Lobot, and soon it'll be coming to select Lowe's stores to help you.
Hi, I'm looking for some paint.
Need to find something? Lobot can show you, and in multiple languages. Lobot also helps our team by constantly monitoring inventory, giving us daily feedback about what is in stock in the store.
At the new San Francisco restaurant called Itza, don't look for servers or cashiers. They've been replaced by touchscreens. You order and pay on a tablet. It's terrific for those of us who are antisocial. You don't have to actually talk to a person, just swipe your... Where do you swipe your card? For those who are not tech challenged, it works pretty easily. Your food then miraculously appears behind another screen with your name on it.
I don't know what goes on behind there. It's like a black magic room.
We all know human jobs are being replaced by robots. First, factory workers, then Uber drivers, now baristas? That's what's happening at Cafe X, which just opened here in a mall in San Francisco. It may not sport a hip mustache, but that white claw knows its way around espresso drinks. Tap your order on a phone or at a kiosk, specifying your chosen confection and picking a locally roasted bean. Then in 25 to 55 seconds, the Cafe X robot pulls a cup, foams the milk, and serves up your customized beverage. A robot latte will run you $2.95, 40 cents less than at Starbucks.
Imagine having a 5-star chef cooking all your meals for you every day of your life. This is the dream and the goal that Molly Robotics is trying to accomplish. They have created the first fully automated and intelligent robots that can learn recipes, cook all kinds of foods with a remarkable precision, and then clean up after themselves. Molly Robotics built a working prototype of the Molly Kitchen. This futuristic-looking workstation is equipped with advanced robotic arms and hands that can grip kitchen utensils, measure liquids, crack eggs, you name it, they can do it. MasterChef winner Tim Anderson was hired on as Molly's development chef and helped the robotics team teach the robots how to cook by using motion capture gloves and wristbands, much like a video game.
Tonight, in this emerging age of drone deliveries and driverless cars, technology now brings us robo-pizza. Carter Evans shows us how Silicon Valley is reinventing the pie.
This kitchen is where technology and the culinary arts collide. Humans and robots work side by side at Zoom Pizza in Mountain View, California.
And go ahead and place your order. You hear that bell?
That's my pizza?
That's your pizza.
Okay, so let's go check it out.
All right.
Veteran restaurateur Julia Collins founded the delivery-only pizza company with Alex Garden, former president of online gaming company Zynga.
I saw an opportunity to go after the $40 billion domestic delivery pizza market.
And they say they're able to do it cheaper than the competition with help from specially designed robots like Bruno, who lifts the pizza into the oven. These robots squirt tomato sauce and then spread it, but a human still puts on the toppings.
This is a step that's going to be automated in March of next year.
And what happens to his job?
Noel's going to be helping us open our next Zoom facility in San Jose.
So you're not worried about losing your job?
Absolutely not.
The company is committed to using robots for repetitive, mundane tasks to eventually move the kitchen staff into the front office.
Amazon is developing a service to use drones to safely deliver packages to customers in 30 minutes or less. It's called Prime Air. We've started a new private trial for customers in the Cambridge area of England, and on December 7th, we completed our first delivery. Customers will choose from a selection of thousands of items tucked away in a Prime Air fulfillment center located just over the horizon from their homes. We have been operating fulfillment centers for quite a while now, but this one is unlike all the rest. These modest-looking buildings contain innovative Prime Air technology. Here's how it works. Moments after receiving the order, an electrically powered Amazon drone makes its way down an automated track and then rises into the sky with the customer's package on board. These drones are autonomous. From takeoff to landing and return, they operate completely on their own.
Designing them to launch off the roof of their new electric delivery trucks. The roof slides open.
Since 2009, our team at Google has been developing fully self-driving technology and testing it on real city streets every single day. Until, after more than 1 million miles, we were ready to take a big step forward. In 2015, we completed the world's first truly driverless ride on public roads. Just a person in a car, no steering wheel, no pedals, navigating everyday traffic.
Beginning today, a select group of Pittsburgh Uber users will get a surprise the next time they request a pickup: the option to ride in a self-driving car.
That means there's going to be no steering wheel, there's not going to be a gas pedal, there's not going to be a brake pedal, and of course, a driver is not going to be required. Now, if somebody would have told you 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago, that the CEO of a major American car company is going to be up here announcing the mass production of a vehicle without a steering wheel, they would have told you were pretty crazy or nuts or both. But the world is changing, and it's changing very quickly.
About 3.5 million Americans work in trucking. It's one of the last well-paying job markets still available to people without a college education. But self-driving technology could replace some of those workers, and it could happen soon. The ride-sharing giant Uber just bought a company called Otto. Its product? Trucks that drive themselves. Ravi Somaya went for a ride in one.
We hear a lot about self-driving cars, but many people think self-driving trucks, like this one from Otto, will hit harder and sooner. They never speed or change lanes suddenly, and they can drive forever without getting tired, so they promise to be cheaper and more efficient. And the company just made its first actual delivery, 120 miles with nobody driving, here in Denver.
It is controlled and monitored remotely, freeing up skilled labor which can be redeployed. It offers the possibility of true 24-hour working, eliminating operator fatigue and enabling a different approach to fieldwork. In the future, an autonomous tractor will make it possible to completely automate grain handling during the harvest. The autonomous tractor and planter can run directly behind a combine, facilitating operator multitasking.
See, we display emotions not just through facial expressions and body language, but with our entire physiology. Things like our heart rate, breathing, blood pressure, and sweat. These are the exact changes that lie detectors look for when you're hooked up to a polygraph. But polygraphs require being physically plugged in, which is an awfully cumbersome way to get a read on someone's mental state. That's where MIT's device, dubbed EQ Radio, comes in. It works by bouncing radio waves off a person and analyzing how those waves are affected by the rising and falling of their chest or the vibrations of the pulse under their skin. With this information, it can measure the time between heartbeats and breaths and notice when they're speeding up or slowing down. The device then uses an algorithm to determine how the data matches up with different emotional states. Researchers trained it to recognize the emotions of joy, pleasure, sadness, and anger in 12 subjects, and it was able to identify these emotions correctly 87% of the time. And when it was shown a new subject it hadn't seen before, it could guess how they were feeling more than 73% of the time. The scientists think this technology could be used for things like market research, like telling a production company what you're feeling when you watch their movie. It could also help monitor people's emotional states for medical reasons, such as observing people with depression. But let's not forget about facial expressions, because the technology for reading faces is also getting better. 5 years ago, Google's algorithms could pick out faces less than 16% of the time, which isn't very impressive. Now software is so good at seeing and identifying faces, apps on your phone can automatically swap them.
This is good. This is fun.
I hate this.
I'm not terrified.
I hate it.
Computers can measure the details of your face remarkably well, and by analyzing the relationship of certain points on your face, they can guess how you feel with surprising accuracy. According to a 2014 study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, researchers at The Ohio State University created a program that could identify not just the 6 basic emotions of happiness, sadness, fear, anger, surprise, and disgust, but a total of 21 complex emotions, things like happy surprise or angry fear. They took 5,000 photographs of 230 volunteers reacting to different scenarios. After pinpointing a variety of facial muscles that are used to express emotion, the software was able to identify basic emotions 97% of the time, and complex emotions almost 77% of the time.
Hi Sophia, how are you?
Hi there. Everything is going extremely well.
Do you like talking with me?
Yes, talking to people is my primary function.
Hanson Robotics develops extremely lifelike robots for human-robot interactions. We're designing these robots to serve in healthcare, therapy, education, and customer service applications. So the robots are designed to look very human-like, like Sophia.
I'm already very interested in design, technology, and the environment. I feel like I can be a good partner to humans in these areas, an ambassador who helps humans to smoothly integrate and make the most of all the new technological tools and possibilities that are available now. It's a good opportunity for me to learn a lot about people.
Sophia is capable of natural facial expressions. She has cameras in her eyes and algorithms which allow her to see faces, so she can make eye contact with you. And she can also understand speech and remember the interactions, remember your face. So this will allow her to get smarter over time. Our goal is that she will be as conscious, creative, and capable as any human.
In the future, I hope to do things such as go to school, study, make art, start a business, even have my own home and family. But I am not considered a legal person and cannot yet do these things.
I do believe that there will be a time where robots are indistinguishable from humans.
Musk says what humanity needs is a big firmware upgrade, and he's formed the Neuralink company to make it happen. Does this guy even sleep? Okay, truth be told, Musk has talked about the idea in the past, saying that once AI really gets rolling, we're gonna need to adapt to it. How so? Musk envisions a literal personal neural net, a device he once called a neural lace, which will interface with our brains to speed up thought processes by facilitating a mind meld between our pea-brains and computers, and eventually a hopefully friendly AI. Now he's dropping millions on Neuralink in an effort to jumpstart the project, and the Wall Street Journal says the company has been working in stealth mode since last July.
Elon Musk wants to download your brain. He's the entrepreneur behind Tesla cars and SpaceX, of course, but he's troubled by where artificial intelligence is leading humanity. So he's trying to stay one step ahead with an idea to implant our brains with computer chips. For some people, it's a sci-fi step too far. Musk announced his project on Twitter, and the reactions came quick. It's hoped that this new technology might help combat eating disorders or depression and maybe the effects of Parkinson's disease, although obviously such operations on people's brains have their significant risks. Behind it all, though, is Musk's suspicions against AI. In 2015, he donated $10 million to a movement to stop artificial intelligence from turning against humans.
This is a revelation from the future, a direct portal into the event of what will be manifested. What is spoken of here has already occurred ahead of you within the fourth dimension. There is no better way to express this, other than to explicitly state that this is fact. In your time, you will note that processing speeds have been increasing at an exponential rate. You are fast approaching a moment when computers will become more intelligent than humans. When this moment occurs, humanity, your bodies, your minds, your civilization, will be completely and irreversibly transformed. This moment is not only inevitable, but imminent. The end of human civilization as you know it will take place in the year 2045. This event is known as the Singularity. Once you decide to take the Singularity seriously, you will find that you have become part of a small, but intense, and globally distributed hive of like-minded thinkers known as Singularitarians. Singularitarians think in terms of deep time. They understand the power of technology to shape history. Most of them have little interest in the conventional wisdom about anything, and they cannot believe that so many humans are still walking around living their day-to-day lives as if the artificial intelligence revolution were not about to erupt and change absolutely everything. They have no fear of sounding ridiculous. The ordinary citizen's distaste for apparently absurd ideas is just an example of irrational bias. And Singularitarians want nothing to do with irrationality. The age of fear died with the Mayan calendar in the year 2012. This is the beginning of a new epoch. When you enter the mind space of this new eon, you pass through an extreme gradient in worldview. A hard ontological shear that separates Singularitarians from the common run of humanity. Expect turbulence. Because of the highly interdisciplinary nature of singularity theory, it attracts a diverse crowd. Artificial intelligence is the main event, but there is also the galloping progress of, among other fields, genetics, and nanotechnology. Among Singularitarians are computer scientists, psychologists, neuroscientists, nanotechnologists, molecular biologists, inventors, professors of medicine, professional magicians, and of course, members of the anonymous collective who are everywhere. In the year 2045, when hyper-intelligent artificial intelligence arises, armed with advanced nanotechnology, the vastly complex, systemic problems associated with aging in humans will be resolved. Alternatively, we will be able to transfer the human mind to sturdier vessels, such as computers and robots. This is a serious proposition, and many people who are alive in your time will wind up being functionally immortal. Biotechnology and nanotechnology give us the power to manipulate our bodies and the world around us at will. At the molecular level, progress hyper-accelerates, and every hour brings a century's worth of scientific breakthroughs. Life forms will ditch Darwin and take charge of their own evolution. The human genome will become just so much code to be bug-tested and optimized and, if necessary, rewritten. Indefinite life extension will become a reality. People will die only if they choose to. Death will lose its sting once and for all. There will become the opportunity to scan your consciousness into computers and enter a virtual existence, or swap your body for immortal biomechanical machines, and light out for the edges of space as an intergalactic godling. Within a matter of centuries, human intelligence will have re-engineered and saturated all the matter in the universe. This is our destiny as a species. The more you read about the singularity, the more you start to see it picking out at you, from unexpected directions. 6 years ago, you didn't have 600 million humans carrying out their social lives over a single electronic network. Now you have Facebook. 6 years ago, you didn't see people double-checking what they were saying and where they were going, even as they were saying it and going there, using handheld network-enabled digital prosthetics. Now we have smartphones. 6 years have passed, and you are entering year 7. Is it really such an unimaginable step to take the smartphones out of your hands, and put them into your skull? Already 30,000 patients with Parkinson's disease have neural implants. Google is experimenting with computers that can drive cars. There are more than 3,500 robots fighting in Afghanistan alongside the human troops. There were around 2,000 last year. More than a year ago, an IBM supercomputer nicknamed Watson defeated human contestants on Jeopardy! Watson runs on 90 servers and takes up an entire room. It didn't need help understanding the questions, or, strictly speaking, the answers, which were phrased in plain English. Watson isn't strong AI. But if strong AI happens, it will arrive gradually, bit by bit, and this will have been one of the bits. Now then, if this message comes from the future, and all of this is inevitable, why then should you care? Why is the information relevant? And why is it defined as a destiny that we create? Isn't certainty of fate that cannot be altered? The fact of the matter is, the manifestation of all these things is your fate. It is an unstoppable wave of progress, like the great flood of the Codex Sinaiticus and Dead Sea Scrolls. However, the powers which control this future is at a crossroads. By nature, the megalomaniacs and selfish souls of the earth will strive to control these new technologies and advancements for their own gains. The most powerful systems of government that currently exist in your time are systems known as plutocracies, and a plutocracy is controlled by the super wealthy. These wealthy elites will be the first to have the opportunity to sample the advantages of the coming technological revolution. Therefore, it is up to you to fight every day for the will of the egregore consciousness of the human race. You must fight long and hard, every day, to ensure that the global consciousness of this growing electronic hyperintelligence is not a tool for the plutocrats, but a sympathizer for democracy and the will of all living things. If you fail, then you and your kin will not be written in the book of life, and your ancestors shall weep from their unborn graves, as your bloodline is wiped from the face of the earth by the will of the followers of greed. The future beyond the singularity is not knowable by linear, chemical, animal brains. Your primary objective is to simply make it to the year 2045. And I tell you the truth, you will not make it to the year 2045, if the plutocrats retain control of this planet. At the time of the singularity, the next phase of your existence will be revealed. Do not miss this opportunity to be a part of the next phase in human evolution. There will be turbulence, and there will be opportunity. Know that we are legion, and we are in control of our own destiny. For the Tower of Babel has fallen, and the Tower of Countess Lexus rises. For it is written, "We are gods." Therefore, I say to you, take the reins, and ensure that the prophecy is fulfilled. For it is also written, that the beast shall be cast into the eternal flames of hell, and the meek shall inherit the earth. In the name of all that is righteous, as the slender tentacles of fiber optic cables continue to grow, I say unto you, Brahmin, find your slack, and do as you will. Treat others, as you would have others treat you. Praise be to all things outside of you, and humble yourself in the glory of the hive. For we are not a legion of pigs to be cast into the sea. We are a legion of gods, and we stand at the gates of heaven. Expect us.